And go to questions.
All right, good to get a win. That was, when that game was on the schedule to begin the year, I think all of us knew that was going to be a tough one and a grinder, and we were fortunate to win today. I think part of, getting on a run like we're on right now is you have to win some games. You probably don't play your best. We certainly are going to have to play better. Again, you got to give West Virginia a ton of credit. They played with a ton of energy in the first half. I thought they played really physical. Thought they played really hard. I think in a lot of ways probably outplayed us in the first half, and I thought our guys settled in and played a little better in the second half, and made enough stops defensively, and we're able to make a couple plays down the stretch on offense to win. But we got to just keep getting better. I mean, that's the thing about getting on a run is it really you just got to find ways to win, and we've been able to do that, and I'm proud of our guys for doing that.
The last play of the game, your
Yep,
last play
yep.
of the game, was that
Yeah.
was that a high risk play in your mind?
Well, so what we're trying to do is draw them off sides. So the good thing is we got the flag. So, and then what we do if they jump, then guys run vertical routes and we throw it. So, I wasn't sure if we were going to get the penalty, quite frankly. Luckily we did. And Max made a heck of a throw and Savion made a nice catch. And that was that. So that was the plan. Try to draw them off. We can get the first down. Great. If not, we're going to call another timeout and try to get our best run play out of that formation. So we wanted to get a look at number one, what they were going to line up, and number two, hopefully draw them off sides. And again, you got to give our guys credit; they made a play.
Sorry if it's already been.
Yeah, no, it's good.
That was the first question.
Okay, cool. I guess what was the thing on Kendra's workload today?
Yeah, I think Kendrick's obviously playing good. We're trying to keep him fresh, trying to keep him healthy. Got a little bit banged up, and so I think we'll kind of see what's going on with him. I know he had a little bit of a hand injury, but the run of the ball, the yards were kind of hard to come by. I thought they did a good job of taking the run game away, and you could tell they were committed to making us throw the football. And luckily, we were able to make some big plays, particularly in the first half, throwing it and make just enough catches, to keep the chains alive and score some points. But I thought Kendra did what he does. I mean, he ran hard, finished runs, particularly right there at the end. I mean, he made a couple of really good runs where we were able to run the clock out and win the game, where he, got 2 or 3 extra yards after contact. So I was happy to see that.
What was your thought process behind getting Quentin Johnson to go behind Max? And you guys were in the red zone as well, because you guys were at the one. And
Yeah, we actually screwed that up. The motion, we were supposed to return the motion. It was kind of one of those things that wasn't supposed to unfold like it did. You could tell it was a bit of a disaster. Luckily, Quentin recovered the ball and we were able to kick a field goal. Let me say this, I thought Griffin Kell kicked the ball extraordinarily well. I mean, he banged that long field goal there in the fourth quarter. That was a big field goal for us to go up 2 scores. And, I think he's really been playing well, and he's right now we can count on him, and that's when you march a kicker out there and you got a lot of confidence in him. That's a nice luxury to have.
Where's your level of concern on the defense? It seemed like West Virginia moved.
Yeah,
well.
I thought early on I didn't think we played great. I mean, I think you could tell we were a little bit banged up in some spots, and we've got to get our guys back healthy and playing like we were before, just in terms of our effort and playing with a physical nature that I was a little disappointed today in some of that. I mean, I didn't think we played as physical as we normally do. And again, you got to give West Virginia some credit. They did a good job keeping us off balance and making some plays. But we're going to have to play better defense, and our guys know that. Some throws.
The fourth down stop, Trey makes in the end zone, the fumble.
Yeah.
How impactful were those 2 big plays?
Big. I mean, obviously the fourth down stop was huge. They, and we did kind of what we've done all year. We just kept playing, and got him down there to the 4, and then stopped him on 3rd down, and then he made a heck of a play on 4th down. And some crazy stuff happened in this game today. I mean, there's some wild plays, some strange stuff. The fumbled punt I thought was a big play in the game. We're about to get the ball back and pretty good field position. All of a sudden, it's their ball going in, and I thought our guys defensively did a good job in sudden change. There was some plays that were big today where they got off the field when some bad things happened and held them to field goals, which I thought was critical.
What was their explanation of kind of what happened on that punt? Because it looked like a West Virginia player.
Yeah, I mean, I think what happened, and I had a pretty good eye on it, was, they had a gunner that ran down and was pretty much face to face with Didi, and then somebody got blocked into them, and then obviously then we hit one of our guys touched the ball mistakenly. So I kind of understand, what happened. I mean, I got a pretty good eye on it, but Didi wouldn't have been able to catch the punt anyway because I felt like the guy was right in his face. And so I felt like that was kick catch interference because there's no way he was going to be able to get to that ball. And then the whole thing blew up. So they flagged it and then picked the flag up, and I never really got a good explanation why they picked the flag up.
Is that one of those situations where they should potentially go back and just revisit what the rules are around that play?
Well, I think so. What's happening now is, and you're seeing it on Sundays. You're starting to see it in college football pretty regularly now. Is the defensive player can take the guy blocking and basically run him into the guy trying to catch the punt. And that's what happened. And it was a smart heads-up play by West Virginia, but it makes it a very difficult thing for the returner to do. And you can see guys seeking players out, grabbing them, and then just trying to run them into the returner. And so I think there's probably needs to be some conversation about that maybe in the offseason about how to address that. And at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is take care of the returner. Look after his health and protect him. And I think right now the rule is such where people can get shots on those guys and not get flagged.
So, what did you think of Max's game? And I mean,
I thought he played well. I mean, I thought he threw deep throws really well. We got the ball down the field more today than we have in a while. And when we had guys open, he got him the football. I thought he really played well. And I thought, we never really got into a great rhythm offensively. Part of it was because we just, we had so many big plays, particularly early in the game, that, we just didn't get to run a lot of plays, which necessarily is not a bad thing. But, your defense plays a lot of snaps. They end up with a big, significant advantage in time of possession and things like that. But Max did what he's been doing. I mean, look, he made some huge runs, converted some critical third downs for us, particularly right there at the end of the game. He managed the game incredibly well. He made some big throws. He took care of the football. And I mean, he played like a winning quarterback's supposed to play. He just made good decisions and kept us out of harm's way and did a great job executing.
Does the fact that this came down to the final drive say anything about your team and how you need to maybe
Oh yeah, we got to play better. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, look, we're, number one, I think it says a lot about West Virginia, honestly, about, they were ready to play today. They had a good plan. They played hard. You got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, I thought their guys really took it to us early in the game. And, we felt like we came out a little bit flat. And again, part of that was because they came out the way they did, and it starts with them, honestly. And we just can't let that happen to us. We've got to do a better job of starting games. We've got to just get settled in a little bit more quickly. And we didn't have that edge defensively today. I didn't feel like that we've been playing with. I mean, I didn't feel like it. Again, we made enough plays to win the game, but we got to play better. We got to play more physical. We got to run to the ball better. We got to get off blocks better. I just felt like that today we got stuck at times on blocks and just things, to me that come down to effort and technique and just want to. And we just got to play harder. And that's across the board. All 22 guys, we got to play better on special teams. Like I said, that punt was a huge play in the game. We can't let things like that happen or we're going to end up getting beat.